The topic I was assigned is called cloud computing. Cloud computing is also referred to as the cloud, which you may have heard before. It's basically storing documents and different information using the internet rather than saving it to your computer's hard drive, so it makes it easier for businesses or different people to communicate or see different documents. It's considered a network of servers, so different people can see the same documents. Just a little bit of history. This dates all the way back to the 1950s and 60s, which is where the idea began to develop. The term cloud computing was first used in 1996 by the business Compaq Computer, and their goal was to create business software on the web rather than using like the computer's hard drive. So now it's used for different file storage, and it really became popular around 2006 and 2007, and this was one of the first times that you saw it in the news, and an article was published about the cloud in New York Times. So just a couple different examples that you've probably heard of. The first ever cloud was created by Amazon. It was called Amazon Web Services, so AWS, and this is still used by a lot of different businesses. So this is kind of like a business, not software, but idea of the cloud. And then some other ones that are more personal and you probably have used include Google Drive, Apple iCloud, and Office Online, which obviously all have a lot of different applications that go along with them. So the application of this is like where it is used. It first came out for businesses that were looking for an easier way to store all their information. Now it's more used for personal use, so you can store files on, for example, Google Drive so that you can access them from any computer. The link here is for a YouTube video explaining how different businesses use the cloud. And then for the new kind of development to go along with the cloud is making different applications. So in Google Drive, you have a Sheets one, like a word processing one, the Google Slides, and all different ways to use it and create documents. So just some of the benefits of using a cloud rather than like your computer's hard drive. You can access the material anywhere. So if you're traveling or you're not at home or you just need information quickly, you can pull it up on your mobile device, because as long as you have internet access, you can access the cloud. It makes you a lot more independent, so kind of similar to the first point. You can get the information anywhere. You can easily share documents with coworkers or peers, so this is like very common on Google Drive where you can share documents. It removes a lot of the issues that go along with using a software or hard drive. So a lot of businesses use a software program to store all of their information, and a lot of times it would be very costly. And then the link here is just for some more benefits, so a list of 10 different ones in an article. Some of the concerns that go along with the cloud is a lot of businesses that have been using this hardware and software for a long time are scared to switch, because obviously like there's concerns of safety and privacy and if it can be corrupted. It's also very hard to switch over from one to the other, because you have to untangle all the documents and then reorganize them to put them into the cloud and to save them through the cloud. A negative, which I talked about earlier, is a positive, but it could be a negative, is if the internet crashes or you're in an area that doesn't have internet, there's no way to access all your information or documents, because you have to have the internet to access the cloud. Kind of going along with that, you have service outages or downtime, so like everyone's experienced when their Wi-Fi at home doesn't work or the internet crashes, and then you wouldn't be able to access your information. So you may be asking how this relates to education. So cloud computing can be used in the classroom quite easily, and it is actually very helpful. Just going off some of the earlier points, you can share documents with each other, so it makes it easier to do group projects. And also along those same lines, you can share information with students. So students who may not be able to come to school or who had previously been homeschooled could now be schooled by a teacher, because you can access the same documents and share things with them through the cloud. It could also reduce costs, because you can access textbooks online and share if you like saved your textbook if a teacher saved their textbook, they could share it with their students, so they won't have to buy the expensive textbooks. And also, you have more updated learning materials. So maybe previously a school district didn't have the ability to buy new textbooks, but using this, they can access them online. And then this is the works cited of a couple different resources I used to create this presentation.